to Warrior program, both fighters know each other. They kind of both sized each other up in the 20-week training program and almost picked their shot and said, you know what, this is going to be the toughest competition.
Yeah, I actually spoke with Casey Leiden, Fritz's opponent, a little earlier, and he was saying that they picked each other because they were both the toughest guys in the gym. So I expect this to be the main event of the amateur card.
Yeah, neither guy wanted a gimme. They wanted that tough road in their debut.
And now into the red corner, it's time for Casey Leiden.
Casey Leiden is going to be no stranger to fans of the sport of mixed martial arts. You know, for about 15 years, he's been a videographer, an editor, a journalist in the sport. He's traveled the globe covering the sport, and he said, though, he always felt there was a barrier between him and the sport. If he didn't get in there and do it himself, find out if he has what it takes to compete, he will find out here in Commerce, California.
Yeah, he's been training on and off, he said, for about 2 years, and then the pandemic kind of shut everything down. He's reinvigorated with this program, and as far as he's concerned, this is just the, we're going to see where this goes as far as what he said. He's not making any promises that he's going to step inside the cage again, but he's also not saying he's one and done.
I really respect somebody who is an auxiliary member of this industry who decides to step inside the cage themselves. A ton of respect for it, because a lot of people sit on the sidelines and talk about woulda, coulda, shoulda, and this guy is out here doing it. Not worried about being on the or safe on the sidelines. He's getting in the battlefield and going to war.
I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Casey Leiden.
MMA combat sports journalist Ariel Helwani said that this is the people's main event. There's a lot of interest here as Chris Gregory gonna set the stage.
Fight fans, here we go. Tonight, Celtic Gladiator in association with Bash Boxing and Cyber Kongs present 3 rounds of camo MMA action at 180 pounds. This fight is sponsored by Cyber Kongs Fight Club. And now first in the blue corner, he weighed in at 173.6 pounds. He stands 6'2", from Burbank, and representing Systems Training Center and Alta Warrior program, here is Fritz Frondor. And in the red corner, and at a weight of 171 pounds, he stands 5'11", shouting Inglewood, California as his home. He's fighting out of Systems Training Center, Alta Warrior program, presenting Casey Leiden. Your referee for tonight's fight, Frank Trigg.
Gentlemen, you got any instructions in your locker room? Obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Go back to your corners and come out swinging. Good luck.
After 20 weeks of intensive training together, sparring one another, it's time to find out what Frondorf and Casey Leiden are all about as they get set to lock horns under the bright lights here in California. Set for 3 2-minute rounds. It's time to fight on.
I almost want to say I'm seeing somewhat of a karate stance and style out of Frondorf.
Oh, Frondorf caught him early. We'll see.
He's got double underhooks here, though. Let's see if he's able to secure the takedown. He's got the hips. He needs to try
Beautiful. Turn the corner. Great job by Casey Leiden. Landing in side control now.
And this is probably a very dangerous position for Frondorf on the bottom. If Casey's able to slide that left knee over to mount, he can get in a very dominant position very early in this matchup.
That was great composure by Leiden. Ate that big shot by Frondorf early. Now comes up with side control. We'll see if Leiden can capitalize.
And right now he's trying to establish the position. He's really trying to get heavy on his opponent, try to calm the pace down. He's already been rocked. He's right where he needs to be right here to collect his wits.
Exactly, and so what I like to call this is cooking him. He has enough offensive pressure that he cooks a guy and makes him make a mistake and puts himself in a bad position, just like we saw Frondorf there. Now he's mounted with probably about half of a round left on the clock.
Frondorf tried to do a hip escape there, but Leiden's pretty high up. trying to take the hips out of the game here.
Leiden trying to flatten him out now, posturing up, looking for perhaps a little ground and pound. And Leiden promised controlled brawling, but showing some good ground control here in the very first round.
Well, you're seeing both these guys are fighting for wrist control here. The Panzer's trying to keep E.K.C. Leiden close, and Leiden's trying to posture up. So you're seeing a lot of inside hand work, and we'll see if Leiden can.
Maybe an arm
he's
bar
looking to transition to an arm there.
And this is such a grinding and, like I said, cooking earlier, where you're just on top of a guy, tons of pressure, making him struggle and expending an extreme amount of energy to get nowhere.
Frondorf was in danger of giving up his back there momentarily, but still just pushing forward here is Leiden, continuing to control the position and the pace of this first round, and it's coming to a close again. Only 2 minutes to work with here, guys, under the camo rules.
Got the knee on belly again, very uncomfortable position.
It's been a long 2 minutes for Fritz. He spent the majority of this underneath, expending a lot of energy trying to get out. We see him getting up.
We'll be back with round 2 right after this. Butterflies by the wayside action after this.
Copy.
Welcome back, everyone, as Bash Boxing Cyber Kong's Fight Club presents Celtic Gladiator. Inside the corner now of E.K.C. Leiden, who ate a big shot early, but then controlled the groundwork the rest of the round.
Yeah, that's what you call composure under fire right there. He was able to bring the fight to the mat, controlled the Panzer on the ground, and it's very difficult to control a Panzer on the ground.
Well, we'll see if Fritz Frondorf can get that striking game going again here at the start of the second round, much as he did at the start of the first. Got that big shot, but was unable to capitalize, Blake.
Well, he landed the big shot, and he got overzealous trying to capitalize and ended up getting taken down. And it put him in a very, even being on top, though, it's not a great position on top of a great jiu-jitsu guy who quickly turns it around and retains top. Oh, is he going to get mount this fast?
Oh, beautiful
middle
job.
of the ring. This is a bad place for Fritz to get stuck again, especially with almost a full round left on the clock. Very close. He is going to get cooked for a lot of the rest of this round.
Leiden did a good job of reestablishing side control. Now and firmly in control. This is 2 rounds. He's been cooking them, as Blake likes to say.
And it's just pressure. You see the amount of hip pressure he's setting on him. Every time Fritz wants to move, he's moving a significant amount of his opponent's weight, which becomes absolutely exhausting. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to move. And it starts breaking your spirit as a competitor.
No doubt about it. You're in the quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you get. And it takes Frondorf out of his game plan. You know, he had success striking at the start of the first round, but had trouble on the ground with Leiden and finds himself now in that position again. Full mount by Leiden, and Frondorf doing whatever he can to improve position.
And submission and grappling defense, I believe, is the lowest skill on especially new fighters. And you have a guy who looks like he has great ground game on top of another guy who is struggling to survive, not sure how to escape these terrible positions he keeps getting put in. And slowly his opponent is starting to isolate arms, grind on the choke, and do damage from the top position.
Those are 3 right hands that he's landed, 4 right hands that he's landed now to the side of the head of the Panzer Frauendorf, but
it's something worth noticing. Frondorf's head keeps going down and staying in a slightly lower position after each of these strikes, which makes him in a position more vulnerable to be hit by follow-up strikes. Man, this is a brutal forearm choke right here.
Boy,
he's
really
just grinding.
Yeah, just grinding him out here is Leiden. All that pressure against the jaw, against the throat, and couple shots there at the end, ground and pound as well, to put an exclamation point on the second round. We're going to the third and final right after this. Welcome back, everybody, as we get set for our third and final round. Another impressive round by esteemed videographer, editor, journalist in MMA, now turned fighter in his debut, E.K.C. Leiden. A big age discrepancy in this fight. Leiden 44 to the 22 years of his opponent, Frondorf, but Leiden has been able to preserve that gas tank by controlling the action on the ground.
Yeah, that's one for the AARP people, you know. He's making me look good, and I'm 47, so.
Oh,
in
wow,
on a
quick
takedown already.
aggression. Getting in, he's got the hips. Let's see if he can put him on his back. I think he's gonna go down here. Oh man, this is gonna be enough. Fritz does not want, Fritz realizes how much he needs to get up and battles back to his feet here.
Now some knees to outside and now inside of the thigh there. And answering with knees here is Frondorf.
Frondorf needs to do everything he can to separate himself completely and make his opponent come all the way back in to attach himself to his hips again. He cannot play this grindy grappling game with a grappler who's this much better than him. He's gonna turn the corner here and put Fritz on his back again.
Did a great job of smushing his knees together, taking away the base of him. All the balance of Frondorf just gone. And Leiden able to bring him right down to the mat. Excellent job. Just implementing a game plan right here. That's what we're seeing right now,
and great pressure, and he's just, like I keep saying, cooking him. He's got that left shoulder driving down into the chest. He's been working knee on belly, been grinding the forearm choke, slowly taking the energy bar away from Fritz, which it's hard to see that, but when you start seeing it in the lack of performance, Fritz has had almost no output since he dropped Casey in the first round.
Yeah, and that's the frustration's got to come into play as well, as Frondorf's been taken out of his game plan, and he knows that precious minutes, if not, seconds really remain here, and he finds himself in a big pit, you got to believe, after 2 rounds that he's got to climb out of, and not in the position to do so right now is Frondorf.
Yeah, so one thing I'm a big fan of that Casey keeps doing is he's doing a lot of mean stuff. He pops in his knees up on the chest. We saw him place his left knee on the throat a second ago for Fritz. He's doing a lot of really mean jiu-jitsu, which I personally am a big fan of, particularly in combat sports.
That's what you call thug jitsu right there.
Or big brother jiu-jitsu is what I called it, but exactly right, my man.
Leiden now with seconds to go here. Looks like he is on his way to a debut victory. Frondorf gonna survive, though, to tell the tale. It goes the distance.
Finishes the round with a knee on belly, and that's that cooking pressure, taking away the energy bar that I think had played a massive part in Fritz not being able to really get his offense going.
But did Leiden cook up a victory? We'll find out right after this. Welcome back, everyone. After 3 rounds, we head back into the cage and Chris Gregory for the official decision.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for these fighters. Let's hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, All three judges score this fight 30-27 in favor for the winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Casey Ledon. And also a big round of applause for his opponent, Fritz Frondorf.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, come here, Casey. I am here with the winner. Big night for you, man. Big night for you. I got to ask you, what's easier, covering the sport or being involved in the sport?
Oh, 100% covering the sport. This is horrible. Don't ever do this. This is hard. Oh my God, that was hard. That was fun. That was. First off, sorry. Please, thank you, my opponent, man. Like, it took a lot of balls to fight me because he knew I had this whole army of fans and everyone on the line were rooting for me. And this guy came in here and gave it to me, man. And like, so please, like, I thank Fritz so much for this.
Now, we talked about it earlier. It was a little 20-yard walk to the cage, but this is a 20-week journey for you. And going back even further, what has this journey meant to you?
I don't know. It's taught me so much about life. I learned I'm fucking tough, tougher than I thought it was. Fritz was tougher than I thought he was going to be. So we're all just, if we put our hearts to it and try our best, like we're all some tough motherfuckers. We really are.
Now, you also said, we'll see where this ride takes me. Any chance we can expect you back inside the cage?
Oh man, I gotta ask my wife about that. Fuck it, yeah, we'll do it again. Hell, yeah, let's go, we'll do it again, whatever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time. Casey Ledon.
Ledon getting the victory. Little self-affirmation there, showing that he had what it takes to step to the other side of the camera and get the job done. More coming your way as Bash Boxing and
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I've been instructed to inform you that you need to get something to drink and something to eat, that now is the time to do it, as we're going to take a short intermission as we transfer from this section of our show into the professional MMA show. We're going to switch over the commissions and whatnot, so about a 10-15 minute break, and we'll see you back in just a few